Today, Labour has pledged to tackle animal cruelty before the upcoming election in May. Courtney Clark is reporting from Chelmsford.
Hello, I'm Courtney Clark and I'm reporting from Central Park in Chelmsford. Today, Labour have pledged to ban all animal cruelty in the UK before the upcoming election in May. The party want to ban all hunting dogs, stop abuse on puppy farms and circuses, and to ban all badger culls. I spoke with Chris Vince.
Sorry, I think we had some technical difficulties there with Courtney. However, she has an interview with Chris Vince for more.
Why is it important for the policy to go through government?
I think it's really important for any government to have an animal policy about animals. Animals really don't have their own voice and they need protecting. Labour values tell us we have a moral duty to treat animals that share our planet with us in a humane and compassionate way, and that's what I believe.
Do you think the Conservatives are doing enough to protect animals throughout England and Wales?
No, I don't. Despite promising to ban the use of wild animals in travelling circuses in England and Wales in March 2012, the Tory-led government blocked the legislation. David Cameron has said, for instance, he does not support the hunting ban, and yet he will consider repealing it.
So what's Labour's opinion on fox hunting?
It's now 10 years, a 10-year anniversary of when Labour put in a ban on fox hunting. Labour would not repeal the ban, although the Tories are suggesting they would repeal it. Labour believes its unnecessary and prolonged suffering of defenceless animals has no place in a civilised society.
I've read that Labour want to ban animals in circuses. Why is this important?
Well, you know, animals are moved from place to place in crammed and substandard enclosures. Forced training and performance, loud noises and crowds of people are the unavoidable, distressing realities for animals in circuses. The Labour Party believes that the animals should not be subjected to unacceptable conditions of circus life. Unfortunately, despite calls from the British public, MPs and animal welfare campaigners, this Tory-led government has failed to take action to end this abuse. Despite promising to ban the use of wild animals in travelling circuses in England in 2012, the Tory-led government blocked the legislation. The next Labour government will ban this cruel practice.
Two men in Braintree have been charged after police seized drugs from a house in Essex. Luke Jewett, 29, and Nadreen Muliu, 22, were charged after police raided a house recovering 3.7 tonnes of cannabis, while 3 kilos of cocaine were seized in 3 separate seizures dating back to September. Cameron Frost reports more in Braintree.
Hello, my name is Cameron Frost. I'm reporting to you from Braintree, where last week 3 men were arrested and charged on suspicion with supplying up to £5 million worth of Class A and Class B drugs. Earlier today, I spoke to Inspector Chris Kilgallen in order to get her views on the matter. Let's find out what she had to say.
What's your opinion about the recent drugs raid?
Well, it sounds pretty terrible that, you know, there are even more drug dealers than usual. So, you know, I mean, it seems as though a lot of people think it's really good, but it's not. And, you know, that's basically what I think.
I mean, it kind of makes you a bit uneasy because, I mean, the fact that it's so close to home, I don't know what I'm saying here. It feels like because it's happening so close to home, you're not really quite sure like who to trust anymore. Like people on your street, for instance, like you don't know who's a friendly face there and who's not.
Have you ever seen a drug dealing before and not reported it?
No, but I've smelt drugs before, and so, yeah, I mean, obviously that proves that you're probably near someone who is drug dealing, but I've never reported anything.
I have not seen a drug dealer before. I've met some people who say they've done drugs, but I don't really know if they're just trying to lie or to make themselves seem bigger, or they're generally being serious. So, no, I haven't seen anything.
One final question. Are you worried about the recent drugs raid?
Well, yeah, because I mean, you know, obviously it's very it could be very dangerous as well. But you know, because someone might try and sell you some drugs, and you know, if you don't accept it, it might be bad consequences.
And as I said before, it seems quite worrying that it is happening so close to home. But at the end of the day, things are going to happen. People are going to do what they're going to do. But we can only just sort of hope that it's going to.
Shoppers spent £1.86 billion on organic foods in 2014, according to Soil Association. the UK's largest membership charity campaigning on healthy foods. This shows organic food sales increased by 4%, but are we eating enough organic foods? Elliot Wright tells us more.
Hi, I'm Elliot Wright. We all want to eat healthy, but are enough of us buying fresh organic food? Today, I'm here in Chelmsford to find out whether or not enough of us are buying organic food. Do you ever consider buying organic food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, definitely. I'm a huge fan of my health. I definitely like going to the gym, and organic food's one of the things that contributes to that. It gives me the energy I need for that.
Yes, definitely. Not enough.
Do you ever consider buying organic food?
No, I don't. Very rare, I don't. I hardly ever buy organic.
Yeah, I mean, when it's on like for sale down at like the local shops, you know, so we try and pick it up where we can to try and stay healthy and fit as much as possible. So yeah.
How much organic food do you eat?
Quite a lot of it. Yeah.
On a regular basis, how much organic food do you eat?
It's about 50-50. I am a sucker for junk food, I'm afraid, but I tend to balance it out with the organic level.
Well, it's sort of whatever sort of cheapest at the time, because organic food is so expensive. You can't really sort of get it as much as you would like. So we do obviously try and buy it where we can, but just as not as regular as we'd like to.
On a regular basis, how much organic food do you eat?
5.
What would make you buy more fresh organic food?
Probably more places selling it.
Well, for one, if it was more cheaper, because they always seem to sort of like import it from like other countries. So if it was more locally grown, hopefully that might help the cost or something. I don't know, but if it was cheaper, I reckon that would help. More local, cheaper, and maybe better quality. Maybe, I don't know.
So what would make you buy more organic food?
If the shop was closer.
Well, I think one of the problems with it is the cost, which and you have to go far to find the right places for it. If it was more in the local areas, like local Tesco's, I'd definitely buy more of it.
Okay. So if it came down in price, you'd buy more?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Because it's not normally more expensive,
Okay.
so I usually go for better offers.
So if it was cheaper, would you?
Yeah, so yeah, if it was cheaper.
That's it from me. Back to you in the studio.
The season 5 premiere of the hit Fox TV show The Walking Dead broke its own rating, drawing in 17.3 million viewers. But what keeps us tuning into these gory shows? James Sedgwick dives into more war on gore. Now to sports. Chelsea defeated Spurs in a 2-0 win at Wembley in the Capital Cup final, leaving Kane and the Lily Whites goalless. Pochettino's side then made up for this on the weekend away from home, beating Queen's Park Rangers, with Harry Kane sending the 2 goals into the back of the net. Ex-Spurs player Sandro closed the gap for the R's in the 75th minute, but Spurs managed to take all 3 points away, positioning themselves 3 points away from Manchester United, before they meet at Old Trafford on Sunday for their next Premier League match. Alistair Cook has been sacked as Day 1 cricket captain. Callum Burgess is speaking out more.
As England falter in the soaring heat of New Zealand, questions are being asked as to whether or not Alistair Cook should have been sacked as our one-day international captain. His form in the game was bad, but the form of the cricket team now has been even worse, losing 3 out of 4 of their opening matches and on the brink of elimination if they lose their next match against Bangladesh. The ex-batsman was struggling with a bat and his captaincy was being questioned. As games have been lost and as the World Cup was coming up, people were saying he should have been sacked, but now they are not. Ian Morgan hasn't done much better. As you can see, in his last 10 games as captain, Alistair Cook hasn't scored 100, and this is one of the reasons that he was given the sack. In Test cricket, his form with the bat has been the same. He hasn't been doing well and hasn't had big scores, only 100 in the last year. If we look here at the ICC World Rankings 3 years ago, England were top of the world. They'd just beaten India and they were 1,000 points ahead of South Africa. But 3 years later, South Africa and Australia have both leapfrogged England and they're now in 3rd.
I think at the time it was the right decision, because in the recent results Alistair Cook had not been getting results required, so it seemed like a change needed to happen.
Well, it wasn't the best idea in the world, because they'd been planning for the World Cup for 4 years, and then all of a sudden, a couple of weeks before, sacking the captain.
Let's say the results speak for themselves. They're just not very good at all, is it? As a nation, we should be expecting a lot better. Losing by 8 and 9 wickets is not acceptable in any standard. So, especially as a great cricketing nation as England, we should be doing much better than that. It should be much more competitive.
Really bad. They've not been doing very well at all. They've not batted very well. They seem to be lagging behind the rest of the world in terms of batting, and their bowlers haven't been picking up the pace either. So
I think Alistair Cook should stay for the moment Test captain. I think he's done well. It would be quite a big change to bring somebody in now in time for the Ashes and expect us to win.
I don't think so. I think Australia are a better team at the moment, probably playing the best cricket in the world.
For the time being, Alistair Cook will remain as England Test cricket captain, and the ECB will hope this prolonged break will help him in his comeback. He will stay for the Ashes, but if they lose that and suffer heavy losses like they have done this winter, questions will be asked, and there will be massive changes to the ECB and to the England cricket team. And England face hard fixtures in the coming months. They first of all travel to West Indies, where they should grind out the results. But with this England team, who knows? And then it's the big one, the Ashes. England will have to win this, or at least have a good showing.
That's it from R&R. Good night.